Today, from Hard Rock Stadium in Miami, Florida, it's Week 3 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Miami Dolphins taking on the Detroit Lions.
We are about 15 or so miles northwest of world-famous Miami Beach as we are set for football at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens. The excitement brewing here in South Florida. As a moment ago, the Dolphins starters were introduced to this home crowd. They're fired up as well as they get set to match up with the Detroit Lions. It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. Out of the end zone comes Spencer. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. And they will be led out by their 6'4" quarterback.
And frankly, this is the type of game that a great quarterback relishes because 0-2 on the road.
Entering settings screen, you have 20 options. Menu narration option is set to off is selected.
Everything's against him and his team. No one can expect them to win. Sometimes you band together real tight in that situation, and if he plays really well, they've got a chance to get that done.
Peterson throwing on first down. And Nelson's got it here right side. And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down. Looking to throw. Peterson going right side here, and that's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. We take a look at his numbers on the ground last week. Pretty good as he found himself in the end zone on 2 separate occasions.
And those are the most important numbers because no matter what you pile up prior to the goal line, getting in is all that matters. Putting those numbers up on the board, and they love them when they're 6s.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Back to throw. Peterson. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. Call it a loss of 5, a big sack to bring up 3rd down.
And they're picking up right where they left off with the shutout that they pitched last week. A huge part of that, this pass rush. They know how to get after people.
Offensively, good luck finding some answers right now. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Nelson. And he can only manage to take this thing to the 38, well shy of the first down. 5 yards, and that means they come up short as they're going to have to punt here on the opening drive.
We can make this one pretty simple. Lock up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and it'll be Dolphin football. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And we get a glance here at their leader, the man who will be calling the plays under center.
And I liked what his head coach told us about him this week, that no matter what happens, whether he throws 7 interceptions or 7 touchdown passes, he's the same assertive leader in the huddle on each and every play. He can throw the 7 interceptions, just blame the football, blame anything else, and still carry himself like he is the man.
It's like you, assertive in our production meetings.
Well, especially when we're talking about ordering dinner, ordering some
I was just going to say.
That's where I go.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
And as a quarterback, you always want to exploit gaps in the defense, and he finds one here. Crossing route, working from right to left across the field. And once you get defenders going in the wrong direction, it is awfully hard for them to pivot back, and you end up getting the first down.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. And a 6-yard gain gets them right around the 43. This running game so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Looking to throw. Richardson. To the right side, it's caught by Mitchell. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25.
Every now and then I can speak from experience because I do know, as a defender, it is awfully hard to stay with your man on these crossing routes because even if you don't get picked, there's a danger of being picked either by one of their receivers or maybe by your own defender. And on that play, that worked quite well.
Richardson on 1st down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here, and now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Back to throw. Richardson throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it, they love it.
And he's going to ball his way into the end zone for the Dolphins score. It's the fullback. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Dolphins are going to take a first-quarter lead. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. So that drives 6 plays, 75 yards. And it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. They will start at the 25 as Spencer elects not to return this. Back onto the field come the Lions for their 2nd overall drive. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win 1st down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on 1st down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating 1st downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
Here's Peterson on 1st and 10. He'll get this one complete to Davis. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
To throw is Peterson on 3rd and 2.
And already down 7-0 after the touchdown a minute ago, so a 3-and-out here would not be ideal for them. Nice job finding his receiver there, and they get the first down.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down.
It seemed like he kept going through those progressions, and I thought he might dump that underneath, but he couldn't get rid of the football in time.
And I have to wonder if he was thinking while he was back there, I wish there were a lot less progressions on this play, just someone that I can dump the ball to and get it out of my hands.
6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long?
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 14. And they will finally stop him as he's down to the 40-yard line. What a start defensively. Your offense goes out, gets the touchdown, and then you get the interception. Just perfect.
How about the discipline that they showed on defense? Because after the offense scored to go up 7-zip, you would think they might be a little extra aggressive trying to get back at them. Instead, they read their keys well. When they took the shot downfield, they were more than prepared for that one.
To throw is Richardson. Throwing on 1st down. Looking left side, and it's complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
And to give this time to the tailback. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. He's obviously a bit of a shorter running back. Sometimes when he goes up the middle like that, he gets lost in there and then he pops out for 10, 20 yards.
I actually asked NFL linebackers if that was true. Do you actually lose sight of some of the smaller running backs? And all of them confirmed that that can be a problem. Think of it this way. 2 of the top running backs in NFL history, Emmitt Smith, Barry Sanders, both 5'10".
That one whistled against a big right tackle.
You'd think being able to fire out and block, it'd be a lot easier to not commit a holding penalty, but it's tough to keep those guys right in front, isn't it?
A terrible spot for a holding call as they'll try again, but now from further back on 1st and goal. Looking to throw. Richardson. This is caught. A gain of 9 there. Sets up 2nd and goal. And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he is in. Touchdown, Miami. A great effort there. With 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Dolphins are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 14-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. They will start at the 25 as Spencer elects not to return this. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
And this is incomplete. Very lucky to get that one back. That nearly picked. It's second down now.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Burton. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
This defense for the Dolphins, very strong last week as they helped their squad improve to 2-0 on the young season.
Even better than that, they pitched a shutout in that game, and I'm telling you, trust me on this one. That's a confidence builder for the rest of the season. When you get a defense that puts together a performance like that this early in the year, well, that sends notice to the rest of the NFL and spreads confidence throughout the locker room that they're going to be a force to be reckoned with. But give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that guy can be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and it picked up a first down for them, too.
On first down, it's Nelson, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for second down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
So still 14 yards to go, second down.
Back to throw. Peterson. Throw right side, caught by Davis. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. The Lions on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. It's complete. He dials up Davis once more. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down. Here comes the Lions punter now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. This is taken at the 15. So possession goes over here on the punt. And that will come the offense as they take over.
Miami set to take over.
And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Now Richardson on first down. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. He'll wind up losing 8. On the sack there, and it's second down.
Well behind the sticks here with a 2nd and 18.
And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. He's going to let this one go deep. Launches deep. A jump ball, and this is caught. It's a big play there for Miami.
That's a big-time pick. Catch right there, and partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath, but nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Richardson. He gets it complete to Harris. Sharp there with his feet. Gets him a little extra space. And then drop just inside the 20.
7 yards, the pickup there.
Richardson now looking to throw on 2nd down. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Here's Richardson. Off play action. They'll roll him out right. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
Now the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And he'll have the 1st down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. Surprised at all that they went with a fullback there?
Not at all, because it harkened back to the days where we watched these games almost in black and white, right? The stocky guy, the strong guy, the powerful guy with leg drive, give him the football, and even if the blocking isn't perfect, he has the ability to scatter bodies and move people enough to pick up 1st downs. That's what we just saw right there.
Three tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10.
He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
They go play action here on 1st down.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted.
Picked off inside the 5. Past the 10 to the 11-yard line, and that's where the return stops.
So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it was a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And hauling it in, Nelson. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And this won't be enough to pick up the 1st. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
On first and 10. Peterson.
And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
And second and 10, he'll look to throw again.
And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, there's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
Back to throw again. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th. Here comes the Lions punter now as he's on to kick it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. So now the Dolphins set to take over on offense. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on first and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Keenan going up top. This is caught inside the 15. And he is able to take this way down into Detroit territory. It's a big play there for Miami.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And a little bit of space there takes it inside the 5 to the 3. A pickup of 4 on first down. It'll be second and goal. When we talk about being on schedule, I think they're on schedule after that run, getting it right down there on the doorstep.
Maybe even a little bit ahead because now the defense can't dictate.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. A great play there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Dolphins are able to grow their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 21-0. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
They will start at the 25 as Spencer elects not to return this.
Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3 and out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Yeah, this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And that incomplete, nearly intercepted. And remember, he had his hands on one earlier, had one pick. Could have been his second, but instead it's 4th down.
It's taken to the 26. A great return there of 22 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Dolphins offense now heads back on the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you...
Man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And he is able to take this way down into Detroit territory. It's a big play there for Miami. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. Give him 3 on the gain there. 2nd and goal.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. A great effort there. His 6th touchdown of the season.
And the Dolphins continue to pull away here in this first half.
Point after, right down the middle. And a route is on here in this first half. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
They will start at the 25 as Spencer elects not to return this.
So the Lions offense ready to go back out onto the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And he comes back with one complete. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. And that is incomplete.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
Fielded at the 20. It'll go as a 42, make it a 43-yard punt. 6 on the return.
Miami's offense set and ready to go.
And still plenty of time remaining here in the half, more than a minute. And we'll see if they just want to protect that lead or try to add on to it.
Well, with as much time as is left on the clock, I would imagine it would be the latter. I think they're going to try and add on to it. So what they're going to tell the team is very simply, if you can get out of bounds after making a play downfield, terrific. If you can't,
a leap, and he will make the catch. And he is able to take this way down into Detroit territory. So the field flips here as they'll go to work at the 20 now on 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Back to throw. Richardson.
I'm not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's... batted down and incomplete.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal.
Here we go, D, all day, defense, all day, all day. Where's the...
Looking to throw. Richardson dancing to his left. He turned that into a nice gain, gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
3rd and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound. They'll try to run this one in, and I don't think he got there. No, they stop him right where it all started. No gain on the play, and what to do now on 4th and goal. They'll try and run for it, and he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. A great play there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Dolphins would extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes this 35-0 now. So time enough for a kickoff here. 5 seconds remaining in this first half. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So the two teams will head to the locker rooms here in Miami with the Dolphins on top. As we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Time to give you folks at home a look around the NFL on this first official weekend of fall. So let's get to it. We'll begin our trip around the NFL with an interesting one right off the bat. And as they approach halftime, it's the Bears who are out in front. The Bears locked in a tight one, but this is a game you feel they've got to have. From there, we head on over to Wisconsin to check on the Packers at home at Lambeau Field. And you can see they trail in that matchup against the Tampa Bay Bucks. The Buccaneers seem to be on their way to what would be a good victory. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And they've got the lead over the visiting Denver Broncos. The Egyptians trying to hold on and claim victory. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer.
The Dolphins in front, and they'll be in possession of the football first as the second half gets started. Taken in at the 3. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Dolphins getting set to go back to work here in quarter number 3. The first half definitely went their way, and this would seem to be a great opportunity to kind of put this game a little closer out of reach with a score here.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful opportunity for them because if they can add 7 more to their lead before the other guys even see the football, that could be the decisive blow in this game. I think that's how they're eyeing it. That's how they're approaching it.
And this one is incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
He's crashing.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And for a second straight play, the Lion defense drops him behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Kill. 19 tight.
Richardson to throw on 3rd down. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he's finally out of bounds, but he's taken it all the way down to the 8. It's a big play there for Miami. Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to...
And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. A great effort there. With his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Dolphins take the opening kickoff of the
third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point right down the middle, and it is 42-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. They will start at the 25 as Spencer elects not to return this. So we get a look at the Lions offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we...
Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. That's now a second interception and as many... And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Throwing to start the drive. Richardson. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And thanks to the interception, the Dolphins offense cashes in with 6. Point after, right down the middle. And that will extend this big lead. They certainly made quick work of that, ultra-quick work. One of the fastest drives you'll ever see. Just one play resulting in the touchdown. They will start at the 25 as Spencer elects not to return this. Detroit's offense ready to take over. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. From the gun, Peterson. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off at the 38. Eyes on the end zone. He got close. At least he set the offense up nicely, but he's probably mad he didn't take that one to pay dirt.
I agree with you, and you know he's going to get teased because he didn't get it all the way into the end zone.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Dolphins use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead will swell by 1 more. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Out of the end zone comes Spencer. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Here's the Lion offense now as they get ready to take over. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Across the 30 to the 31-yard line. He'll get 2 on the keeper, but it becomes now a 3rd down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
And he is going to have a Lions first down by a couple of yards as they're able to get 4 there on 3rd and 2.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got to just pin their ears back and get after him now.
And Peterson, what happened? He lost the football. But I believe a Lion was there to recover it. Yes, they will indeed keep possession.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on 3rd.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
Yeah, interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. Peterson now from the gun on 3rd down. Well, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. Here comes the Lions punter now as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. And he fields it cleanly. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Keenan. On the left side, it's complete. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy.
Well, I certainly don't want to pile on, but this defense has just not been up to the challenge in this game, and this continues as we see here. Coverage, not been very good, soft in spots. There's an easy throw and catch for another 1st down.
Throwing on 1st down, Keenan. He's going to look deep down the field. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. It's a big play there for Miami.
I don't think we'll ever get enough of watching one-handed catches, and when they pay off, they are spectacular. But how about the times they don't pay off and coaches go, 2 hands, 2 hands still works.
I know, but they go for them so often now that I'm almost starting to take them for granted.
Yeah, that's unbelievable, isn't it? Because these are sensational type plays.
Especially that one with a defender right there. Yeah, he's got it. Touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Dolphins get another 3rd quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that will extend this big lead. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it winds up in 6 points for the Dolphins. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. They will start at the 25 as Spencer elects not to return this. And Detroit back in possession of the football. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, You need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
But we saw that they had a lot of success last week throwing the football, but that hasn't translated to this week. But with his team behind, I don't expect him to back off. I expect him to keep firing.
On third down, Nelson. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. A loss on that play, and now third down gets tougher, 3rd and 6. From the gun, Peterson. Well, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
The passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
So a change of possession here on the punt. Out comes the Dolphin offense now as they get set to take over here. They are just putting things together so well here, drive after drive. They really have captured the momentum, haven't they?
They've taken momentum and pretty much not just given him a jersey, but a seat on the bench as well. Whatever do you need, you've got it, because the way they're stringing things together and creating that distance between them and their opponent, it's really hard to narrow that gap. And
a contested ball here, and it's going to be caught. And he'll be taken down all the way. Inside Detroit's 20.
Right now, right now.
A real field flipper there, as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Back to throw. Keenan. That is caught by Mitchell. Touchdown, Miami. A great effort there. His second touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Dolphins are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead will swell by 1 more. That drive started on their own 25. 2 plays, 75 yards later, into the end zone. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
They will start at the 25 as Spencer elects not to return this.
And Detroit getting set to go now. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up third. He is proving his worth defensively, getting the sack here. That comes after being named the AFC Defensive Player of the Week for his performance in last week's game.
He's stacking games together, isn't he?
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 20 and down inside the red zone at the 19-yard line. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them, and they took advantage of it there. Got a nice interception and set up their offense in great shape.
He's had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. 46 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
Let's go, defense. Switch.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. 3 quarters in the books. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. He'll try again. And he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown. A great play there. Take it. And the Dolphins are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter. Extra point splits the uprights, and that will extend this big lead. A drive there of just 4 plays, and it ends with a touchdown for the Dolphins. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. They will start at the 25 as Spencer elects not to return this. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's got Burton here. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Looking to throw. Peterson. Under pressure, and down he goes. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. Back to throw. Peterson. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now the Dolphins are going to halt the action here. It's a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Looking to throw. Peterson. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on first down to set him back on second.
And you could say that is just another cherry on top for this defense and that entire team. But really, this defense has sparked what's been an impressive effort here in this one.
And notice you used the word sparked because you're not seeing that on the other side of the ball, are you? The offense right now, the spark has left their game, and it's been because of what you described, that defensive pressure.
Now Peterson on third down. He completes it to Nelson. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the... play, and it'll be fourth down. Here comes the Lions punter now, as he's on here to punt it away. This is fielded at the 27.
The Dolphins about set to go to work on offense. They're looking at a third straight win here if they can hold on.
Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go. No. Check that. We're Mike 52 right here. Mike 52. Riggs. Mike 52.
On first down, Keenan. He's going to air one out. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. And to give this time to the tailback. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
The Dolphins on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Dolphins are closing in on a 3rd straight victory to start the campaign. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead will swell by 1 more. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it's finished off with a 5-yard touchdown run. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
They will start at the 25 as Spencer elects not to return this. Detroit's offense ready to take over.
And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points. You feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
On this one, incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw again. Peterson trying to lay one up deep. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about.
So a costly penalty, yardage
As that'll move the football down to the spot of the foul.
And what the officials are looking for in these situations, whether you're playing the man or the ball, and if you're playing the man, you get a lot less leeway in terms of what's going to happen at the end of the play. But if you're looking for the football, it's less likely to draw the flag.
Let's go, D. Let's go. 58's Mike, 58's Mike.
Now Peterson on 1st and 10. Caught by Nelson. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. Back to throw. Peterson. This one into the hands of Burton. Give him 3 on the screen. He couldn't break free, and it's 3rd down.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Yeah, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out.
Too many zeros on the stat sheet thus far. No touchdown passes, no points for his team, but he remains undaunted. Still attempting to get his team on the scoreboard, firing the ball downfield.
And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. So they hadn't called on him at all until this point, but he comes through here and buries one from long range.
Yeah, that's awfully impressive because usually kickers like to get that first one out of their system in the first quarter, sort of get them into the flow of the game, but to come in this late and knock it down from long distance, give him a lot of credit.
Well, look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. I guess it kind of goes without saying at this point, but he's had a great game, as we like to say, a nose for the end zone, no doubt.
Continues to find it throughout this game, and I'm sure he's got a nice place to live. He might want to make an offer on the end zone for a second home because that's what it's been like throughout this contest. He knows how to get there, and boy, he looks happy when he does.
He's already bought all the property in the end zone. That's the problem. He's going to sell to himself now. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Keenan, he's going to rifle one deep left side. This is caught inside the 15. And he is able to take this way down into Detroit territory. It's a big play there for Miami.
Even with the big lead here in the 4th, it still bombs away, and frankly, it's working. Why should they stop? Go ahead and keep firing away and gaining those yards.
He'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3.
Tough day. Tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And a nice pickup there. He gets about 5 down to the 4-yard line.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to him back.
The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Taking it in for 4 yards out. And the Dolphins just continue to pour it on. Point after, right down the middle. And that will extend this big lead. That time, 75-yard drive, 5 plays. And it results in a 4-yard touchdown run. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. They will start at the 25 as Spencer elects not to return this. And Detroit back in possession of the football. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put... Davis fumbles it, and this is picked up by the Dolphins. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. An opening there on that first down run as he gets this forward for about 8 or 9. That looks to be 8 officially, so 2nd and 2.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. On 2nd down now, it's Hamilton, and he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Now it's looking incredibly likely to be a 3-0 start to this season. That is obviously excellent. 2-0 is one thing. 3-0, you really have some momentum.
And now they're serving notice to the rest of the league that they're a pretty darn good football team. Confident, aggressive, attacking at all times. This looks like a team that you're going to have to deal with. And guess what? Behind closed doors, they're trying to figure out ways to get better.
They will start at the 25 as Spencer elects not to return this. Another shot now for this Lions offense. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. Had to put that ball in there with a little extra zip, but he put it right where it needed to be.
Yeah, and that little extra pace that he had on the pass, that required a little extra concentration for him, didn't it? Ball can get on you pretty quick in that manner, and he handled it well and picked up the first down.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. They'll look to throw again. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down. To throw is Peterson. Throwing on 3rd and long. And now here is another interception. Picked off around the 41. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
And his kick is good. And they're sitting pretty now as the lead grows even further. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Dolphins, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they'll get to stay home again next week as the Minnesota Vikings come to town. Meanwhile, for Detroit, the early struggles continue as they'll sink to 0-3. And they'll have a tough one at home next week against the Green Bay Packers. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.